Hello everyone. Good afternoon. Namaste. Jai Hind. Good afternoon everyone and welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. So in the beginner series we will continue with arithmetic. So we have already taken 2 sessions on arithmetic. So this is the third one. यस जल्दी से अपने फ्रेंड्स को भी बता दो सेशन स्टार्ट हो गया है शेयर कर दिया करो Okay, we will discuss few more questions on arithmetic, few important questions on arithmetic you can say. Okay, and this session would be important for all the BBA entrance exams. So whether it is your CUET or IPMAT or Christ or your NPAT also, so all BBA entrance exams. So I'm starting with the questions directly. ओके जल्दी से शुरू करते हैं फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन से ट्राई करोगे आप आंसर देने की ओके सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन अ क्वेश्चन ऑन रेसेस रेसेस के क्वेश्चन को रेशो से किया जाता है जनरली ओके यहां पे मुझे लेंथ ऑफ द रेस बतानी है सो you can check the options also but otherwise you can go for that algebra part that means taking the length of the race to be x right because अगर आप समझे इसको तो a can beat b by 15 meters so if I take a b and c so when a runs the complete x meters so let's say the length of the race is x meter if a travel the complete x meter b at that time when a finishes x meter b will be 15 meter behind because a is beating b by 15 meter so that means in the same time b will be covering x minus 15 okay if a is completing that x meter so b will be 15 meter behind that means b will be covering x minus 15 meter in the same time and a is beating c by 29 meter so that means c will be covering x minus 29 meter in the same time right because a when finishing the a is finishing the race so c should be 29 meter behind okay but now it is also given that if b and c run over the same course together b wins by 15 meter that means when b covers x meter then c must be covering x minus 15 meter right but when b finishes the race c must be 15 meters behind but ratio of the speed now this is the distance covered in the same time is giving you the ratio of the speed this is also distance covered in the same time is giving you the ratio of the speed of b and c must be same in both the cases दोनों केस में सेम होनी चाहिए ना अलग अलग थोड़ी हो सकती है स्पीड की रेशियो सो दैट मींस x minus 15 by x minus 29 must be equal to x by x minus 15 इन दोनों का रेशियो और इन दोनों का रेशियो सेम होना चाहिए right now you cross multiply so it looks like quadratic but it is not because in both the cases x square will get cancelled so see here it is x minus 15 whole square so x square minus 30x or plus 30x x square it is minus 30x plus 225 right so it will be x square minus 30x plus 225 which is 15 square equal to here it is x square minus 29x you are cross multiplying. X into x minus 29 will become x square minus 29. Now x square cancelled and 30x comes on the right side, so it will become x equal to 225, and x I have taken the length of the race, so 225 meters should be the answer. Okay, this is one way. This is doing it by algebra. Okay, writing x and all the things. But instead of this, you could have taken, you could have checked the options also, right? कई बार क्या होता है, हम कैलकुलेशन में स्मार्ट थोड़े अच्छे होते हैं तो जल्दी से चॉइसेस को चेक कर लेते हैं, और चॉइसेस को चेक करना बहुत इजी होता है, राइट? देखो कैसे चेक कर सकते थे इसको, राइट? इंस्टेड ऑफ डूइंग ऑल दिस हम क्या करते, अगर रेस 250 मीटर की है तो जब ए ने बी को 15 मीटर से हराया तो ए ने अगर 250 कवर किया तो बी ने 235 कवर किया होगा, और सी ने उस टाइम पे 29 मीटर पीछे होगा, यानी कि 221 मीटर ही कवर किया होगा। अब बी और सी का जब रेशो देखेंगे, क्योंकि अगर बी 250 मीटर कवर करे तो सी 235 कवर करना चाहिए, क्योंकि बी 15 मीटर से सी को हरा रहा है। नाउ दिस रेशो मस्ट बी सेम। 250 और 235 का रेशो, 235 और 221 का रेशो सेम होना चाहिए, राइट? विच आई डोंट थिंक सो इट इज, बिकॉज इट इज 5 into 50, 5 into 47, 50 और 47 का रेशो ये तो नहीं दिख रहा, राइट? बिकॉज इट इज नॉट अ मल्टीपल ऑफ 50। ओके, 50 और 47 का रेशो बनना चाहिए ना, वो तो नहीं दिख रहा, इसका मतलब ये तो आंसर नहीं होना चाहिए था। तो जो करेक्ट आंसर था, अगर आप इसको भी देखेंगे तो 200 और दूसरे वाला इससे 15 मीटर पीछे है, और तीसरे वाला सी जो है 29 मीटर पीछे है, दैट मीन्स 171 पे है। तो इसका रेशो और इसका रेशो सेम होना चाहिए, बिकॉज ये भी इसको 15 मीटर से हराता है और ये भी इसको 15 मीटर से हराता है, बी सी को, राइट? तो रेशो तो सेम नहीं दिख रहा। बट अगर आप सी वाले के थर्ड ऑप्शन के केस में देखते हैं तो 225 is to 210, और जो 210 is to, now 225 में से 29 माइनस करते हैं तो दिस बिकम्स 196, राइट? 196 बन जाएगा ना, अगर मैं 29 माइनस कर रहा हूं। अब देखो इसका और इसका रेशियो क्या है, अगर मैं इसको चेक करता हूं तो 5 3 15 के मल्टीपल हैं दोनों, तो ये बन गया 15 into 15 और ये 15 into 14। सो पहले दो का रेशियो आ रहा है 15 is to 14। अगर इसको मैं 14 से कैंसिल करता हूं तो ये 14 into 15 है और 14 into 14 है, राइट? सो ये भी 15 is to 14 आ रहा है, सो दैट मीन्स दिस इज करेक्ट। दोनों का रेशियो सेम होना चाहिए। ओके, आर्य सिम्बाइसिस के लिए भी सिमिलर ही आता है, बट जनरली ओके थोड़ा रीजनिंग का एलिमेंट उसमें इन्वॉल्व हो जाता है, बट वो काफी जगह है। अरिथमेटिक हमेशा सिमिलर ही रहेगा, अरिथमेटिक सबके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट रहता है। ओके, but are you planning to go for only SCT, only symbiosis, nothing else? So if you are thinking of BBA, right, I think you should go for IPMAT and CUET definitely. Okay, let's move to the next question. Second question is very easy if you know the formula. So I am writing the formula for you, right, because it is the angle that hands of the clock make at any point of time. Let's say the time is HR 15 minutes, HRM minutes. Okay, here the time is 5 hour 15 minutes. Okay, so here the value of H will be 5 and value of M will be 15. So the angle will be equal to, you can take modulus, that is the positive value you will take. So minus H into 30 plus M into 11 by 2, right? This is the formula, right? You can just go for the formula, just put the formula and you will get the answer. You can put H equal to 5 and M equal to 15. So that means 5 into 30 plus 15 into 11 by 2, right? So this will become minus 150 plus 15 into 11 is 165 by 2 is 82.5. So which will become 150 minus 80, 70 minus 2.5. So 67.5 right, which is modulus is the positive value. So I will answer second option, which is 67.5. 67.5 should be the angle between hour hand and minute hand at 5:15. That is 15 minutes past 5. Okay, 5:15, the angle between hour hand and minute hand would be 67.5 degree. Okay, so this is a direct formula. I am writing it for you. Otherwise, you can see that the entire 12 hours, right, 12 hours, total 12 hours is equal to 360 degree. So each 1 hour is giving you 30 degree. So I am taking that initially at 5 o'clock, the angle should be 5 into 30, that is 150. So this is the initial angle at when the minutes is 0. So that means at 5 o'clock, the angle should be 150 degree. And after that, every minute, the angle changes by 5.5 degree, which is 11/2 degree, right? Because our hand will move half degree per minute and minute hand will move 6 degree per minute. That is the speed of minute hand and hour hand in degrees per minute. So the relative speed, because both are moving in the same direction, so relative speed is 11/2, which is 5.5 degree per minute. Okay, so after 5 o'clock, 15 minutes they will travel 11/2 degree per minute. So 15 into 11/2, so 82.5 degree they will change the angle. Initial angle of 150, they will change it by 82.5, and the resultant angle is going to be 67.5 degree. Okay, so if you don't want to understand, just remember the formula. You can answer all the question right using this formula. Okay, so let's move to the next one. Okay, the next one is a question on average. Okay, so let's see. The question on average is, average age of a group of 9 friends is 22 years. Lavgir is the youngest and his age is 6 years. Then what happened to be the average age of the family just before Lavgir was born? So he is talking about that 6 years in the past, right, when Lavgir born. Right, 6 years in the past, what should be the average of the remaining 8 friends? Okay, because at that time Lavgir born, and because he was the youngest, right, all 8 friends should exist. Okay, must exist. So that means 9 friend, if the current average is 22, if you talk about 6 years ago, right, every friend will become -6 -6. So that means according to these 9 friends, the average will fall by 6. So it will become 16 years. But it is for 9 friends. That means the total becomes 144 years 6 years ago. But because this Lavgir becomes 0 at that time, right, and before he was born, there were 8 friends only, right? So total was 144. But the number of friends were 8, so the average becomes 18, right? So average becomes 18. You can do it like this, that 9 friends, the total of 9 friends, that is total now, right, that is equal to 9 into 22, which is, 198. So 198 years now. And if you go 6 years in the past, 6 years back, 6 years ago, right? So all 9 friends will become 6 years less age. Okay, they will become 6 years younger. So that means -54. So it will become 1, 4 and 4. Now this is the total 6 years ago, and when there were only 8 friends. The total becomes 144, but friends were 8. So 144 by 8, 18 years should be the average when Lavgir was yet to born. So before Lavgir was born 6 years ago. Okay? Right? So 18 years should be the correct answer. Okay, so let's move to the next one. Okay, next one is a question without choices. Right? Okay. So, but this is a standard question, right? Very very okay, you can say when you do time speed distance chapter, this is one of the standard question, one of the basic questions you must know, right? Everybody must know this. And if the distance is constant, because he is talking in both the cases to cover the distance between home and office, the distance between home and office is not going to change, the distance is constant. If the distance is constant, speed is inversely proportional to time taken, right? Speed is inversely proportional to time taken when the distance is constant, right? When the distance is constant. Okay. Now when the distance is constant, speed is inversely proportional to time. I will use this, right? But this is a basic question. So how you should deal this question? I am saying that somebody is changing the speed from 12 to 20. Instead of doing this, you take, there are two persons, right? So one person is running at 12 km per hour. His speed is 12 km per hour. Another person is running at 20 km per hour, right? And the distance is same. The distance is same for both, right? But in the second case, if the first is taking, let's say t time, okay, t hours, the second is taking t minus 1 hours, right? But according to our funda, that if the distance is constant, speed should be inversely proportional to time. Now the ratio of the speed is 3:5. So the time taken should be 5:3. I will take the time taken should be 5x and 3x. The difference in the time taken should be 2x. But I know the difference in the time taken is 1 hour. So that means x is 1/2 hour. Now he's talking about the distance. So the distance is speed into time. So speed into time, 5x, x you can put 1/2. So that means it is 30 kilometers, which is the distance, right? 30 kilometer is the distance between home and office, right? Between her home and office, the distance should be 30 kilometers. Okay. I'm just telling you this. I'm writing all this just to make you understand. Otherwise, you need not to write all this, right? You can directly answer this question, right, by saying that the speed ratio is 3:5. So the time taken should be 5:3. The difference should be, right, 1 hour, which is given, 1 hour lesser. So x is 1/2. So here the time taken should be 5/2. Here the time taken should be 3/2. Here the speed was 12. Here the speed was 20. You can write 12 into 5/2 or 20 into 3/2. Both way you will get 30 kilometers. The correct answer. Okay. So let's move to the next one. And the next one, a question seems lengthy, but it is okay kind of question, not difficult at all, right? The question is, looks like a question of solution, right? Mixture solution. But let's say what he is doing. In a bowl containing 60 ml orange juice, so orange juice is 60 ml, 40 ml water, okay, water is 40 ml. Thereafter 100 ml of apple juice is poured to make a fruit punch. So apple juice also I am adding it. So total fruit punch, okay, total fruit punch, what we are getting, 200 ml. 200 ml fruit punch we are getting. Now Madhu drinks 50 ml of this fruit punch and then comments that the proportion of orange juice needs to be higher. Okay. So 50 is, okay, this is taken by Madhu. So 150 is left. Now how much Madhu is drinking? It is 1/4. So that means 1/4 of the orange will go, 1/4 of water will go, 1/4 of apple juice will go, right? So the remaining orange will be 45, water will be 30, juice will be 75, and this total will be 150. Right? Now the question is how much orange juice should be poured into the fruit punch that remained. So in the remaining, how much orange juice should be poured in? in order to bring up the level of orange juice to 50%. What is 50%? When the total orange juice will become equal to the other half is 105. So orange also should become 105. So you should add 60 ml. So when your orange juice will become equal to water plus apple juice, then orange will become 50%. 50% means half of the total. That means half of the total is orange juice, then the remaining half should be water plus apple. You are adding only orange juice. So water plus apple is fixed. 30 plus 75 is 105. So orange juice should also become 105. Right? 45 is already there. So you should add 60 ml of orange juice so that orange juice become 105. Water plus apple become 105. So it becomes 50-50. Right? Okay. So this is easy. Only thing was that okay, this the story was right. The story length of the story was a little concern, but otherwise this question was very easy. Okay, let's move to the next one. And now this question is I think simple. Ratio: in a room there are n person whose average height is 160. If m more person whose average height is 172 enters the room, then the average height of all the persons in room becomes 164. This is a question on allegation. If there are n person, if you know allegation, it is super easy question. N person having an average of 160, m persons having an average of 172. When they are mixed, the average becomes 164. Just take the cross difference. Just take the cross difference. The cross differences means these difference of these two you write here, and difference of these two you write here. Right? So this should be the ratio of n and m. So the ratio becomes 2:1. That is n is to m is to 1. But he is asking m is to n. We are getting n is to m. So m is to n should be 1:2. Not 2:1. Right? Because he has given first n, then m, but he is asking the ratio m is to n. Right? So, see, in the question first he has given n, then he has given m, but when the ratio comes, he is asking m is to n. Right? So we got n is to m as 2:1. So m is to n must be 1:2. So 1:2 should be the correct answer. Right? Okay, so let's move to the next one. These are all important questions, good questions, important question, and you can do these questions right at a faster speed also. Okay, let's see. There is another question on races. In a 400-meter race, Ashok beats Bipin. Okay, A beats B and C respectively by 15 seconds and 25 seconds. Okay, what does this mean? Okay, just see that if this is the race 400 meter, right, when A reaches here, and if A takes t time, t seconds, then when B reaches here, he must be taking t plus 15 seconds. And when C reaches here, he must be taking t plus 25 seconds. That is what I mean by that A beat B by 15 seconds and A beat C by 25 seconds. That means if A take t time, B must be taking t plus 15 seconds and C must be taking t plus 25 seconds. But it is also given that A beat B by 150 meter. Okay. So when A reached at this point, let's say at that time B was here, which was 150 meter behind. Now this 150 meter B has covered in 15 seconds, because in t seconds A reached there and B must be that somewhere behind, 150 meter behind. And now B covered that 150 meter in 15 seconds. That's why A beat B by 15 seconds. So 150 meter is covered by B in 15 seconds. That means speed of B is 10 meter per second. This is the speed of B, right? If speed of B is 10 meter per second, right? So the total time taken by B is, because the race is 400 meter and the speed is 10 meter per second. So that means he is taking 40 seconds, right? So if T plus 15 is 40 seconds, so T must be 25 seconds. T plus 15 is 40 seconds. T plus 25 will become 50 seconds, right? Because this time taken by B is T plus 15 second is 40, so T becomes 25 seconds, right? Now he is saying that B beats C by, so if B cover that entire distance in 40 seconds and C is taking 50 seconds, that means the time taken ratio of B and C, the time taken ratio is 4:5. So speed ratio must be 5:4. That means when B cover 400 meter, 5 into 80, so C should cover 4 into 80. Okay, Yaksh, you can just ask me whatever you want to. I will explain that, then only I will move ahead. Okay, just see whatever you are not getting out of this. I will explain every point of this. The total race is 400 meter given, right? A is beating B by 15 seconds. So if A is taking T second, B is taking T plus 15. And A is beating C by 25 seconds. So C is taking T plus 25 seconds. But also given that A beat B by 150 meter, when A reach at the end, B must be here 150 meter behind. Now A has completed the race, B is 150 meter behind. Now A is beating B by 15 seconds. So B will cover that 150 meter in 15 seconds. So B will cover this 150 meter in 15 seconds. So hence the speed of the B is 10 meter per second. Right? It's okay. It's okay. You can ask the question. I'm explaining it again. But whatever you are not getting, you can ask the question. Okay. Now 10 meter per second is the speed and the total distance is 400 meter. This is the total distance we know. So total distance by the speed is time taken. But the time taken by B, we have taken T plus 50. That means T is 25 seconds. So I got the time taken of all. Because T is 25, T plus 15 is 40, T plus 25 is 50. So if the time taken of B and C is 4:5, that is 40 and 50, speed should be 5:4 because speed is inversely proportional to time if the distance is same. So speed is 5:4. So when B cover 400 meter, C in the same time will cover 320 meter. In the speed ratio is 5:4. 5 into 80 is 400. 4 into 80 is 320. So speed ratio is 5:4. The distance covered should be 5:4. 400 and 320. So B will beat C by 80 meter. The answer should be 80 meter. Right? Okay, this is a good question, right? The level of difficulty is also something like above average. Okay, let's move to the next question. The cost of piece of jewelry is proportional. अगर आपको direct proportional, inverse proportion आता है, so this is easy question. I will not say super easy, but easy question. Right? Because cost is directly proportional to square of the weight. cost is proportional to, proportional को ऐसे लिख देते हैं ना, कांस्टेंट ऑफ प्रोपोर्शनैलिटी, राइट, ऐसा कुछ करते थे ना, कांस्टेंट ऑफ प्रोपोर्शनैलिटी. Okay, so cost, it is given, cost is 3600 when the weight is 10 gram. So 10 gram, so K becomes 36. Okay, and now the cost of the piece of jewelry, cost I need to calculate when K I know, weight square is 4. Now it's talking about 4 gram. So it is 36 into 16, which is 96, 48 and 9, 576. So this should be your answer. So this is a very basic level of question, right, on proportionality. Right, if you know how to write the formula, if it is saying cost is proportional to the square of the weight, so cost equal to constant into square of the weight. Okay, then you can calculate the constant, because one condition will be given where all values except the constant would be given. You will get the constant and then you put the constant there. In the second case, you will get whatever is not given. Now the cost is not given in the second case, cost you can calculate. Right? Okay, so let's move to the next one. Now, present sum of money amounts to 800 in 2 years and 920 in 3 years. See, nothing is given, so I will take simple interest. If nothing is given, I will consider it to be simple interest. Right? Except that it is given about population or bank something, bank rate, stocks, then you will take compound interest. Otherwise, it is simple interest. Right? So, some principle is there. After 1 year, it becomes X. After 1 more year, so it is 2 years now. After 2 years, it will become 800. After 1 more year, it will become 920. But you know that interest in case of simple interest, every year the interest must be same. If here the interest is 120, here also the interest should be 120. Here also the interest should be 120. So 800 minus 120, it will become 680. 680 minus 120, it will become 560. So the principal should be 560. So very easy question. Right? Every year the interest must be same. That is the concept of simple interest. So if here you are getting 120, so here also it should be 120, here also it should be 120, so principal should be 560. Every year you are getting 120, 120, 120. Right? Okay, so let's move to the next one then. Okay, this is a question on circular. In case of circular races, right, the meeting will happen when their gap, okay, when they will meet, right, when their gap in the distance covered, okay, gap in distance covered, this becomes integer number of circles. Okay, this can be 1 circle, this can be 2 circles, this can be 3 circles. That means integer number of circles. That means now the thing is, if the speed ratio is 4:5, okay, if the speed ratio is 4:5, okay, it can be Guru and Chela. So the distance when Guru will cover, okay, when Guru will cover, 4 circles, right? Chela will cover 5 circles. That means the gap will become 1 circle. Okay. So that means when Guru will cover 4 circle and Chela will cover 5 circle, then they will meet for the first time. Okay. Because then the gap will become 1 circle exactly. Okay. Now you can take any of them. Let's say Chela is covering 5 circles. Okay. Because he wants the time taken. Right. After how many hours they will meet. So when Chela will cover 5 circle, so 115 into 5. 115 kilometers is the 1 circle. So total 115 into 5 circle. At a speed, speed of Chela is 5. So the time taken will be 115 hours. So time taken will be 115 hours. Right? If you calculate with the help of Guru also, then also it will be same. Because when Guru cover 4 circle, his distance will be 115 into 4 and the speed will be 4. So it also will be 115 hours. Distance by speed. So this is distance and speed of Guru and this is distance and speed of Chela. But both ways it will be 115 hours. After 115 hours they will meet at the starting point only. Right? Because they will complete the circle. So their first meeting will happen at the starting point only and after 115 hours. Okay? So let's move to the next one, and this is I think a normal question. Average stipend of summer internship of an institute is rupees 20,000 per month. Recently the institute announced increment of rupees 2,000 per month for all the students. The new average stipend of students will be 22,000. Simple. Because whatever is increase in all, the average will increase by the same amount. Right? It is something like initially 20,000 is the average and total number of students, let's say, are n. So this was the total. And now there will be an increase of 2,000 per month for all the students. So that means there will become 20,000, right? 20,000. You can do it like this. If you are solving it completely, that means you already have 20,000 into n plus now you are getting 2,000 to every student. So the average will be, right, n cancelled and it will be 22,000. Simply you can say whatever is increased in all the values, that will be increased in average also. So you are increasing 2,000 in all the values. So the average also becomes from 20,000 to 22,000. Right? That will be a very simple question. If you know the concept, you can directly answer with just looking at the question and you can answer. Now this is also one of the common question. Let's see. The average presence of employees of a company for yoga session in an office on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday is 32. So Monday, let's say this is the number of employees present on Monday is M. Monday, okay, let's say I'm not writing Monday M, but A, B, C, D. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we are writing A, B, C, D, E, F. So we know A plus B plus C is 32 into 3. Average into number of days will get me the total number present on all 3 days. So A plus B plus C, because the average was 32. So 32 into 3 will be the total number present on all 3 days. Right? I'm just adding Monday present A, then Tuesday present B, Wednesday present C. So A plus B plus C is 32 into 3. So now Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. that is C plus D plus E plus F? It is 30, right? It is 30. So that means 30 into 4. So it was 96, it was 120. If the number of employees on the 6 days is 26, right? Average number. So that means it is also given that A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F is equal to 26 into 6, which is, okay, 25 into 6 is 150, so 156. Out of this, if you calculate that this CDEF is 120, and if AB, I know ABC, so can I write AB as 96 minus C? So 96 minus C plus 120 is equal to 156, which is C I will take here, and this is 216 minus 156. So this is 25 minus C is 60. So what was C? Wednesday, he is asking the number of employees attended the session on Wednesday only. So that should be 60. Right? Just see, this is a very common question, right? Rather basic level question of averages. Okay, not too much logic, but I am just adding. Only thing you should know the formula, that the sum of the values, sum of the observation must be equal to average of the observation into number of observation. Or when you say that average equal to sum of observation divided by number of observation, so I am just multiplying this, that sum is average into n. Okay. So yes, this was the last question of the day, right? I think we have discussed some very good questions today, right? You can just go through all of these questions, and if you get any doubt later on also, if you get any doubt, you can just post in the comment section of the video, right? I will revert to it. Okay then, see you in the next session. Bye bye, namaste, jai hind, thank you.